The story you are about to hear you won't find in any newspaper. This event takes place back in 1979 in the land between the lakes. This is the deathbed confession of a man who worked for the Department of Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Resources. He kept this encounter secret for more than 40 years. It took a terminal cancer diagnosis for him to come forward about this horrific attack. You will hear the actual witness interview that was previously shared by the North American Dogman Project in their Land Between the Lakes documentary. And they were able to ascertain that this man is who he says he is, that he did hold this position, and that he received many accolades while working for the Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources. Whether this story is true or not, you will have to decide. This is Glenn's encounter.
I was on my regular fishing trip at 4:30 in the morning at LBL and headed out to a nice little fog, beautiful morning out, and just enjoying the fishing like I normally do, and decided to head back in around 7:30. Just took it nice and slow, about 5 miles an hour, coming up my port side, and or my port side to the beach area or the land area, and so I was headed that way, and just noticed a campsite, and then I noticed to the right of the campsite that there was a dark figure that I couldn't perceive what it was, outside the fact that it could have been anything at this point in time. And then it stood up. And the thing about it that shocked me is that when it stood up, it had it was covered with hair, looked more like a dog, and it was standing on two legs. And then the two campers decided that they were coming out. Apparently, they heard me go by in the boat at a slow speed, and I kept yelling at them, over there, over there. I mean, I was literally screaming at them, and what they were doing is they were just waving back, and both the lady and the man were just waving back, and I'm watching this thing move closer to them, and then all of a sudden it attacked them. I mean, when I say attacked them, it attacked them and killed them. It was bad from my view even, and I was close enough to the shore. That was it. I mean, I couldn't do anything. Hell, I was yelling my lungs out trying to get these people to turn around to see what was coming after them. I couldn't get them to notice what was off to their left, and this whole thing scared the hell out of me. I actually I peed my pants, and just, I mean, it was something that you don't ever want to live through. I have a tough time going through it again myself. I had a lot of bad dreams about it, the whole bit, and it's to this day it still scares the hell out of me. And I'm dying of cancer, and the thing is, with that, this story needs to get out, and it needs to be done, and it needs to be done correctly.
Yeah, you said one reason why you're coming with this story because you were an employee with the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife.
Absolutely, for 20 years.
And this happened your second year of employment.
Absolutely, October 1979.
And you never told anyone, any of your employers or anything about the story?
No, there was no reports whatsoever. And I basically got the idea that nobody wanted to hear about it anyway.
Now, back in 1979, this phenomenon, was it very well known among the Department of Fish and Wildlife in Kentucky? Did they know about something like this type creature, animal in that particular park?
My honest belief is that yes, they did, and they basically covered everything up is what they did. There was no reports filed. There was actually no investigations involved. There was absolutely nothing there that justified two people being basically murdered in front of me. and it was I mean, there was absolutely no justification whatsoever with any type of follow through to the to what I had seen.
So let's get one thing straight. You were employed with the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, but you were not employed with Land Between the Lakes.
No, not at all.
Okay, but you were employed with the state of Kentucky. So what was your job with fish and game?
My job was to stock the lakes around the region. You know, your standard fish, bass, bluegill, catfish, trout, rainbow trout,
Okay.
especially. So
Okay.
yes,
So,
it kept me busy.
You just went down to LBL to go fishing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just went down there basically to go
Okay.
fishing.
Okay. So when you saw this creature, can you describe what it looked like?
It looked like some type of combination of a dog and a hyena and a lion, because when it first got up, it got into a prowl or an attack mode like a lion would,
Mm-hmm.
and then it had the ears like a dog or a hyena, and it sort of had legs like that, but it was hairy all over. The only thing I couldn't see were the feet. It had human-type hands. It had somewhat hairy arms, but they're more human-looking. And then it had the pointy ears on the side. That's why I thought it was a dog initially.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, it just came across to that. But when it got down to prowl and attack these people, I knew right then and there, hell, I pissed my pants. This thing scared the living crap out of me.
Mm-hmm.
It was god awful. Let's put it that way.
So after this all took place, I mean, did you like turn your boat on and took off, or I mean, how'd you get out from there?
I was in a state of basically numbness. I just drifted. God, I lost time on that. I drifted for what seems to be hours, but just drifted. I was in such a state of shock that I could not function mentally, physically. I couldn't do anything. It was that bad.
So after this incident happened, you looked in newspapers and things like that to see if there was any type of accidents, murders, or anything like that within like the weeks following this
Absolutely.
incident, and nothing showed up in the newspapers or anything. You haven't heard anything from like fellow, rangers or anything like that, or anything about that?
Absolutely not. Nothing. No knock on the doors. No nothing. It just wasn't. It was, I guess, filed and shoved up underneath the paperwork. That's all I can figure out.
So, what was one of the main reasons you felt you didn't want to come forward, with this story? Because a lot of people are going to wonder why. I mean, you've seen something so horrendous. You saw people getting killed, and you didn't come and tell authorities.
Well, that's the main reason. I didn't want any harm to my family or anything else like that. If this was a total cover-up, I mean, is that? I don't know how that justifies the answer, but that's exactly how I felt.
Yeah. And stuff. I mean, I can understand that. And the fact, they would probably think you were a nutcase, coming forward with that anyhow, and give the risk of you possibly losing your job.
Absolutely. When you work for the State Wildlife Board down in Kentucky, you don't want to bring this to light, because yes, you will lose your job if there's some type of cover-up or some type of situation where they're shoving this under the thing so they can keep their customers coming in back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With a lot of campers and things like that. If they get scared away, obviously what's going to happen. It's
Right.
It's going to be your head, or and I couldn't afford to put the family through that or anything.
Okay. So you have cancer, and apparently the diagnoses don't look good.
Doesn't look good. Several months max. It's time to get the story out.
So this is basically your deathbed confession.
Absolutely.
Sadly, the witness did pass away not too long after this interview was recorded. Thank you, Glenn, for coming forward and sharing your story. As always, stay safe out there. It gets pretty weird in the weird wilderness.